The topic is very important to know. So what's area and perimeter? Anyone? What's area and perimeter? See, perimeter is actually the distance around the outside of a shape. Or in other terms, you can also say it's a total of the boundaries. Okay, it's a total of the boundaries. For example, let's say I take a square. I take a square like this. Okay. So if I have to calculate the perimeter for this, what would it be? I just add this plus this plus this and this, correct?
Yes.
So it's basically the total of the length of the edges or boundaries. Understood? Okay, all of you? So it's, in other words, in simple terms, if you want to say, you can say that it's the outside thing. Perimeter, when you're asked to calculate perimeter, you look after
It's a
the
recliner of
outs. Exactly. Good caution. So basically, you need to just calculate the outer edges or the outer boundaries. Okay, boundaries are although outer only. Okay, still. So this is perimeter. For example, if you look on my screen, you have a playground which is in the shape of a rectangle. Okay, it's a rectangular playground. So if I have to calculate the perimeter to this, what would it be? I start from here. So I take this length. I take
you
this.
measure both of two angles, like the big angle and the small angle. Then you have to then you have to multiply
No, no, no.
add the angles by.
No, 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 no. Not that complicated. Okay. It's not that complicated. You don't need to engage into angles and all so much. It's very simple. Just take the length of the sides and add them up. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Kaushik. See,
Okay.
when you can go in a simpler way, why to complicate things, isn't it? It's good to know a lot, but it's not good to, complicate things up. Okay. So it's better to make it easy. And obviously, I'll get into formulas because, repeatedly adding up is not possible, right? Because when you're higher grades, as you know, mathematics is all about formulas also. So obviously, where there is maths, there would be formulas, right? So it's not possible to add up. It's not possible to just add up, keep on adding, 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 adding. Okay, what is repeated addition called? Anyone?
Multiplication.
Multiplication, very good. So why not introduce, this formulas so that instead of repeatedly adding, you can just multiply. Okay. So here are certain examples which shows the rectangular shapes on a grid paper, on a graph paper, right? So if you don't have measurements, students, how can you go? How can you calculate? See, for example, let's take this yellow rectangle. So if you have to take this yellow rectangle, if you have to calculate the perimeter to this, and since this is on graph paper and no measurement is given, what we can consider this one box to be of 1 unit, one side to be of 1 unit. Hello, Shanvi. Good evening. So if this is 1 unit, let's assume this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we can say this is 5 units. Similarly, over here, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 4 units. So obviously, since this is a rectangle, you must know that
It's a
parallel sides are equal.
uh,
So this is also
20.
5 and this is 4, correct?
Yes.
Correct, everyone? So what's
Yes.
the perimeter to that then? 5 plus 5 is 10 and 4 is 8. So that's 18 units as my answer. That would be the perimeter to this figure. Yes or no?
Yes.
Correct?
Yes,
So
ma'am. Yes.
similarly, Aina, can you tell us for this pink one, what would be the perimeter very quickly?
Yes, ma'am. So the perimeter of this rectangle is 3 units, and 3 units means 3
No.
units plus 3 units is 6 units. And the pen.
Hold on. I know everyone is excited to answer. We'll go turn-wise, okay? So that the decorum in the class is maintained, please. Since this is a group class, everyone would get a chance to speak up. Okay, students? Yeah, Aina, please continue.
3 units plus 3 units is 6. And more
Correct.
6 units and 6 units.
1,
So
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 6. So 6 is how much?
12. 12.
12, and that was 6. So 18 units in total. Okay. Next, Viraj, this one, please.
This
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Upward 6, 6, upward 6, and downward 6. And this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and left side 5, right side 5.
Okay, so basically you can say the length is 6 units and the breadth is 5 units. Correct? This is the
Yes.
length, which is 6 units for the rectangle, and this is the breadth, which is 5 units. And since you don't have to see like this left and right, because you know, rectangle has opposite sides equal, obviously parallel sides equal. So obviously if the breadth is 5, that means it is implied to both the sides. Okay, Viraj? So this is 6 plus 6, that's 12, and 5 plus 5 is 10.
10.
That makes it how much?
21.
10
10 plus 12. 10.
22 units. Okay?
22.
10 plus 12, 22 units. Okay.
Yes.
Hello, Rupali. Good evening. Oh, sorry, not Rupali, Rupika. Hi, Rupika. Good evening. Okay, students. So this is how you calculate perimeter when you have no measurements and it's on graph paper. Okay, all of you?
And what about without graph paper?
Without graph paper, I'm coming to that. Without graph paper, it's even easier. Why say? Because the measurements are provided in that case. You don't have to calculate the measurements. Okay. So Chiteshwar, what would be the perimeter to this one? The hexagon?
18 centimeter.
Correct. 18 centimeter. 3 plus 3, 6 plus 3, 9 plus 3, 12 plus 3, 15 plus 3, 18. That makes it 18 centimeters as my answer. Okay. Rupika, can you answer this one? The next one? The quadrilateral.
Ma'am, which one?
The quadrilateral by the side of the hexagon.
12.
The one on which my cursor is pointed. Can you see my screen, beta? Can you see my screen, Rupika?
Yes, ma'am.
What would be the perimeter to this? Did you follow how to calculate the perimeter?
28. No, ma'am.
No, okay. So perimeter means basically, Rupika, add up all the sides. Add up the length of all the boundaries. Okay, Rupika? So if you have to calculate the perimeter to this, what would it be? Yes, Rupika?
Ma'am, I don't know.
Okay, we don't have to do anything. It's very simple. Just add up all the sides. This is 5 centimeter. So 5 plus this is 7. 5 plus 7 is how much? 12. Okay. Next, this is 3. So 12 plus 3 is 15. And this is 15 plus this last 7. So 15 plus 7 makes it 22. Hence, the perimeter to this entire figure is 22 centimeters. Understood, Rupika?
Yes,
Similarly, students, everyone please to keep the cameras on. Everyone please keep the cameras on. Similarly, Kaushik, what would be the perimeter to this one?
28 is the yellow one.
Yeah. So see, 4 plus 4 is 8. Again, 4 plus 4. 4 times 4, that's 16. 4, 4, 8 plus 4, 4, 8. 8 plus 8 is 16.
16.
Okay, everyone? Now, 3 is how many times? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Correct? Correct, all of you? Yes or no? Yes. So see, basically 4 is 4 times. That makes it 16 centimeters. 4 multiplied 4 times. Similarly, 3 is there 4 times. That makes it 3 into 4, 12 centimeters. If you add them up, that makes it 28 centimeters as my answer. Correct, all of you?
Yes.
So instead of repeatedly adding what I did, I just counted since it was a common number. I counted it how many times it's present and then I multiplied it. Okay. So far, anyone, any query?
No.
So do you understand how to calculate the perimeter for basic figures?
Yes, ma'am.
Now you may get
ma'am.
complicated figures also. Okay, students, like something like this. You may get complicated figures like this, which has no particular shape. So these are complex figures which you get into when you get into the depth of the lesson, obviously. And since this is a demo class, we won't get into composite figures, okay?
Yes.
Now, as I said, students, that mathematics, or wherever there is mathematics, there are formulas, correct?
Yes.
So it's not possible to repeatedly keep on adding and adding and adding. Is it possible?
No.
No, na? It's not possible to keep on adding. So what we do, we engage, introduce formulas to the thing, to the topic. Now, first one, as you can see, is a triangle. I hope, how many of you know how many types of triangle we have? How many types of triangle do we have?
3 on the basis of sides and 3 on the basis of angles.
Correct. So we are talking about sides here. So 3 on the basis of sides gives me equilateral triangle,
Triangles.
equilateral, scalene, and isosceles. These are the 3 types of triangles, okay? For the ones who did not know, and for the ones who knew, very good. So equilateral triangle which has all sides same. For example, if this measures 1 centimeter, this would also be 1, this is also 1. So all measuring equal, that's called an equilateral triangle, okay, students? So in case
Can I
of
tell what scalene is?
what? 1 minute, we'll go there. So excuse me. So when we're talking about equilateral triangle, what happens is, since all sides are equal and since a triangle is made up of 3 sides, the formula we can introduce is, instead of adding 1 plus 1 plus 1, no. Instead of doing this, what we can do, 3 into 1, because 1 is 3 times. Okay. So basically the formula for equilateral triangle is 3a. That means 3 into the measurement of each side. Coming to scalene triangle. Scalene triangle is this one, which has all
Ma'am,
sides
I can
different.
explain.
Huh?
Ma'am, I
Yeah,
can explain.
yeah, Kaushik, I'll
Scalene.
give you a chance, okay? Okay, so as I said, this is a scalene triangle. So scalene triangle has 3 sides, different, all different. So what is the formula? No formula. Since all sides are different, we are bound to add up all the sides. Okay, so A
Yes.
plus B plus C. That is the only thing you can do. You are helpless. You cannot do anything. Coming to isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangle is one which has 2 sides equal and the third side is different. For example, this is 2 centimeters, this is 2 centimeter, and let's say this is 3 centimeter. Okay, so 2 sides are equal. So in this case, you can go either like this, 2 plus 2 plus 3. Or what you can do, since these 2 sides are equal, 2 into 2 you can do. Okay, 2 times 2 is appearing now. Okay, students, so 2 into 2 plus the third side. So 2a plus 3, this is what you can do. Am I clear, all of you?
Yes.
So this is all about triangles. Coming about square, square has, since all sides equal and since it is made up of 4 sides, what is the formula for perimeter? 4a. 4 into length of each side. Okay. Instead of adding it 4 times, you can multiply directly by 4. Coming to rectangle, since rectangle has opposite pairs or opposite sides equal, what you can do, you can add length plus breadth or a plus b. And since both are 2 times, instead of adding them 2 times, first add a plus b and simply multiply it by 2. The whole thing. Suppose I have this 5 and 3. Okay. So instead of adding 5 plus 5 plus 3 plus 3, what I do, I add once 5 plus 3. that makes it 8, and then I multiply it simply by 2, that makes it 16 centimeters as my answer. Okay, students?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So you add once and then multiply it by 2. Coming to quadrilateral, again the same thing, since all sides are different, simply add them up. Okay, everyone?
Yes.
So that's all about the formulas for perimeter. So this is how you can calculate formula perimeter. Okay, for any shapes. Moving on, let's say area. Okay, let's say area. What is area? There is slight difference between perimeter and area. Till now, what you learned, perimeter. Perimeter was the outer edge, outer side. When you were talking about perimeter, you were calculating the outer portion. And area is the inner portion. This is the only slight difference, actually, which makes a huge difference. But we can say this is the thin difference between area and perimeter. Okay, students? So area is the inner part, as you can see over here in this diagram. For the perimeter, it takes the fence or the boundary, and area is the inner part. So we can explain it like this, that when you have area and perimeter, say of this playground, let's say this is a playground. The perimeter you are calculating by adding this up, and if you have to calculate the area, you take this portion. So area in dictionary term means the space occupied by any object. The space occupied by any object. Let's say this pen. If I place it on my hand or my palm, what is the area of this pen? The space occupied by this pen on my hand. Okay, all of you? So the space it takes up when I put it somewhere, whether it be on table or hand or anywhere, the space it takes up, that makes the area of this object. Am I clear, all of you? A quick nod if you understood. Okay. Moving on. Similarly, so perimeter was you were adding up. So when you have to calculate area, what you do? You multiply. Okay, and let me tell you one more thing, students. When you multiply now, let's say 5 centimeter and 3 centimeter. If you have to calculate the area for this, what would you do? You will multiply 5 centimeter into 3 centimeter. Okay, so
Yes.
basically the area of rectangle is length into breadth. Length into breadth. This is a very common mistake students make up. Perimeter, in case of rectangle particularly, they get confused between the formula for perimeter and area. Okay, so area of rectangle is length into breadth. So see, you're not just multiplying the numbers. When you're multiplying, no, you're not just multiplying the numbers. 5 into 3 is 15. That's okay. But apart from the numbers, aren't you multiplying this unit as well?
Yes, ma'am.
You're multiplying the unit along, right?
Yes,
So
Yes,
the number gets multiplied, that gives me 15. But what about the unit? Since centimeter gets multiplied 2 times, it becomes centimeters squared. So the formula for area always carries unit of square units, whether square meter or centimeter or whatever it is. Am I clear? Because the unit also gets multiplied along with the numbers. So see, this is a rectangle made up of 6 by 8 squares. So what's the area for this? 6 into 8, that makes it 48. Simple. Just multiply the two numbers provided. Okay. Now quickly, only one we'll be doing over here. Shanvi, can you tell us for this one, the one on which my cursor is, the pink one? What would be the area to this? And Kaushik, you be ready with the lowest one, this one. Okay,
I'm 14 centimeters in 2, ma'am.
correct. Because this is 2 centimeters and this is 7, 2 by 7. This is 7. Okay, so that makes it 2 by 7 is 14 centimeters. 2 by 7 is 14. Over here it's 2 and this is 7. So 2 into 7 makes it 14 centimeters squared. Kaushik, for this one?
22.
22, correct, because this is 11 units and this is 2 units. That makes it 11 into 2, 22 square units or square centimeter. Okay, children? Anyone, any confusion?
No.
Yes,
No.
ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, very good.
No,
Okay.
ma'am.
Moving on.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I didn't understood how to answer it.
Hmm?
Ma'am, I didn't understood how to answer it.
Who?
Ma'am, like what we have to do in squares and
I'll show you, wait.
squares area.
I'll show you. Suppose there is a graph paper, okay, and I make a square, I make a rectangle like this. Let's say this is on graph paper, okay? I'm randomly dividing it into boxes. So first calculate the number of units. This is 3 now, 1, 2, and 3, right, Ayana?
Yes, ma'am.
And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So this is 5 units, this is 3 units. What did I say? Area of rectangle would be length into breadth. So 5 into 3 is 15 square units. Simple. Just multiply both the sides. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So moving on, without graph paper, how can you do then? Aina, let's start with you only. What would be the area to this one?
7 centimeter multiplied by 5 centimeter.
Correct. That would be?
And we can also do 7 centimeter multiplied by 2 and 5 centimeter multiplied by 2.
No, there's only one formula. You can multiply only 7 into 5. What would be the answer then?
35.
35 centimeters square. Okay, Aina? And
Yes,
Chiteshwar,
ma'am.
what would be the area to this one? The pink?
25 centimeters square.
25 centimeters square. Very good, Chiteshwar, because it's double of 12 and a half. Double of 12 and a half would be 25 centimeters square. Okay, students? So this is the basic intro about area and perimeter. Obviously, there's lots more about area and perimeter. Okay. Since we have time constraint, we'll do only this, the basic introduction about the lesson. So as you can see over here, this is an Olympiad question. Since you are here for Olympiads, you must know what type of questions appear in Olympiads, right? So the length of the given rectangular field is decreased by 7 meters. Length is 56 meters, correct? If you decrease it by 7 meters, how much would you become? How much it would become?
51 meter.
Huh?
51 meter.
49.
49 meters. Very good. 49 meters. Correct? So according to the question says find its new width if its area remains unchanged. Previously, what was its area?
56
into
into
42. Correct? Correct?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
When the length changes, it becomes 49. Correct?
Yes.
But you don't know the width. The question says the area remains unchanged. So basically, 56 into 42, whatever it would give, should be equal to 49 into question mark. Correct?
So we will divide.
Huh? Yes or no? Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So instead of getting into multiplication, what we can do, we can form equation like this. Okay. Now see, if you have to solve for question mark, how you can solve? 56 into 42 should be equal to 49 into question mark. Correct?
So we can divide.
So leave the question mark this side, and when you change the side, 49 is in multiply over here. When you bring it this side, it becomes divide.
Divide.
Okay, everyone?
Yes.
So 7, how many times? You can divide 49 by 7,
7
na?
sevens. Yes, 7 sevens.
7 sevens, and up, what you can divide by 7?
7 eights.
7 eights are 56, correct. Next, can you divide anything else?
Yes, 7 divided by 42. 7 ones are 7 six.
7 6 are very good. So what are you left with? 8 and 6 in the
6
numerator.
48 meter.
That
48
gives me
meter.
48 meter. Hence, my new width would be 48 meters. Understood, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Understood?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Correct. I heard only yes from few of them. Rest of you, did you understand?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Okay, well, let's see. We can do one more Olympiad question. So this was a type. Next is one more Olympiad question we have, and then we switch to our quiz. See, if the side of a square is doubled, then the new perimeter is how many times the original perimeter? If the side of a square is doubled, let's say previously we had a square of 4 centimeters. In that case, the perimeter would have been 4 into 4 centimeter, that's 16 centimeter, correct, all of you?
Yes.
Now, when the side is doubled, that means it becomes a square of 8 centimeters, right?
Yes.
From 4, it becomes 8 double. So in that case, my perimeter becomes 4 into 8 centimeter, that's 32 centimeter.
32.
See, isn't my perimeter also becoming double?
Yes, ma'am.
So when the side of a
Yes,
square
ma'am.
is double, the new perimeter is also 2 times the original perimeter. Okay, all of you?